Adventures in time and space, told in future tense. Dimension. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction, bring you Dimension X.
This is the story of the second expedition to the planet of Landro. I am recording it for any future expeditions which might land on this God-forsaken sphere, in the hope that they may learn from our tragic example. As I write, there are 2 of us left. 2 out of an original complement of 180 men. One of us, myself, will be dead in less than 27 minutes. As for the other, heaven have mercy on him. This is how it happened. On June 3rd, 1997, less than 2 months ago, the last of our supply ships blasted off Landro, headed for Earth.
Well, there she goes. Like a big-bottom bird, huh?
Like to be a boarder, Battiers?
Me? Listen, Captain, I've been kicking around with you from one planet to another for so long now, they're all getting to be the same.
Not this one, Battiers, not Landro.
No, maybe you're right there. I ain't never been on one like this. It's a cemetery, that's what it is. A big, cold cemetery. Them empty cities, that's what does it. Sitting there like they was tombs.
Battiers, you're getting to be a poet in your old age.
I ain't so poetic I didn't remember to swipe a bottle of Irish off that supply ship.
What?
Right here.
You know, Brady, if you weren't the best all-around cook and troubleshooter I ever shipped, I'd court-martial you.
Well, since I ain't being court-martialed, how about we should open this Irish hair tonic after supper tonight, right?
Right. We walked back to the cluster of plastic huts we call the base. It was beginning to freeze up, and that purplish glow had settled across the planet. Yes, it was like a cemetery, all right. A cemetery of dead cities. We walked past one of them, a huge plastic dome with tall, graceful buildings, atomic power systems, vacuum conveyors. All perfect, all deserted, all ominous. How had it happened? Nobody knew for sure. But the best guess was that the plague had frightened the original inhabitants of the planet so that they had piled into rocket ships and headed for some distant planet. I often wondered why a civilization so advanced as Landro could not find a serum to beat the plague. Well, maybe the Aborigines back in the hills knew the answer. Those strange, ugly little people who had taken to the caves the day we landed. All we knew of them was what we found in the anthropological report of the expedition which preceded ours, and an occasional glimpse by someone on a hunting patrol. When I reached my shack, Morgan, the expedition surgeon, was waiting for me. He was sweating like a pig, and it wasn't the heat because my shack was as cold as a grave.
Good evening, Captain Morgan.
Well, what brings you here?
It's
Doctor?
a matter of the serum, sir.
What about the serum?
It's just that, well, it's no good.
No good.
It's too cold. 10 years too cold.
Didn't you examine it?
Yes, I did, but, well, my eyesight has been failing lately.
Well, are you aware, Doctor, that the last supply ship has returned to Earth? Do you know we'll have no more contact for 2 years?
Well, I must have misread the label, sir.
Dr. Morgan, just how long do you give us?
Well, the present immunity will last a week or so, and then it's just a question of time until someone picks up the plague. After that...
A month. 2 months at most. Do you have any thoughts as to how we might save ourselves?
No, sir, I'm afraid not.
What about the natives? They don't die from the plague.
They must have a treatment for it. If they didn't, there would be no natives.
Would you be willing to go on an expedition to the hills to find out?
Right now, Captain, I'd be willing to do anything. Absolutely anything. I'm truly sorry, sir.
You're sorry. Dr. Morgan, would you mind telling me how it feels to murder 180 men? 181? including yourself. I did a lot of thinking after Dr. Morgan left my hut. It was still unreal for me. After all, the planning of an expedition was no simple thing. You put into it the results of years of training and experience. Every man on my crew was handpicked for his skill. And yet a simple thing like a myopic surgeon misreading a label could blast the whole thing. Yes, it was a shame. I did the only thing I could think of. I yelled for Batty Ears Brady. Brady, get your carcass in here and hurry it up.
Okay. What's up?
Sit down, Batty Ears.
You got trouble, Ira?
We got trouble.
What?
The serum's no good.
What?
Morgan forgot to check it. It's 10 years too old.
Holy jumping snails. You're going to court martial?
Well, they wouldn't do much good. We'll all be dead pretty soon unless somebody figures something out.
Why did they send these civilians with us?
Well, it was a mistake. Anybody can make a mistake. Only this was a big one.
Ira, what are you going to do?
Well, there's only one chance. One chance in 10 million.
What?
The natives.
Them cave rats, what good can they do us?
They don't get the plague.
So?
So maybe they know a cure.
Oh, listen, those gimpos don't know nothing. Take it from me.
It's the only chance.
Okay, let's get a few of them and beat it at them.
That's why you're here.
Shoot.
How'd you like to come along on a little expedition up to the cave country?
That's a good way to die young.
We die young anyway.
Okay, what's the pitch?
Now, we don't dare let the rest of the camp know. It would knock our morale to pieces.
Who's going?
You, me, the doctor, and Faulkner.
Faulkner? Listen, Ira, he's worse than the doctor.
Well, I know he isn't exactly the man for a hunting trip, but he knows more about the native culture than anybody here. Now, he's the only one who's completely familiar with the records of the first expedition.
Okay, so it's me, you, the doc, and Faulkner. When do we start?
Tonight, in half an hour. Now, we should reach the cave country by tomorrow. With luck, we'll be able to find natives before night.
And then the fun starts. You know, Ira, them gimpos don't exactly love us.
Nobody loves us, Batty Ears. That's one of the great paradoxes about this job. We come here to help them, to civilize them so they can live like human beings instead of pack rats, and they run off to the hills and hide from us. Like we had to... I almost said plague. Okay, Batty Ears, get the doc and Faulkner. Benny Faulkner's body was small and consumptive. But he had a good brain. He was the best anthropologist the Interplanet Institute could recommend. He and Dr. Morgan were the only two civilians on the expedition. The rest of us were all Army or Space Patrol. And we hadn't been marching very long before Benny's frail constitution began to show signs of wear and tear.
What's the matter, Benny?
It's nothing. Just the dust. I'm allergic to dust.
You hear that, Ira? He's allergic to dust. We better call off the expedition, huh?
Easy, Batty Ears.
Yes, sir.
Want to rest a while, Faulkner?
It's okay. I can make it.
Well, we should be in the cave country in an hour or so. It'll be daybreak then, and the going will be easier. How about you, Doctor?
I'll make it.
Okay. Let's go.
Ira,
What is it?
don't look now, but very slowly turn your eyes to the right and look behind that big yellow rock.
Okay.
You see anything?
No.
Keep looking. Don't stop walking or let on.
Okay.
There.
Look like a shadow or something.
It's one of them gimpos. He's been following us now for almost an hour, dodging in and out behind rocks. I think there's more of them, too, but I couldn't swear.
Well, anyway, they know we're coming. That's for sure.
What do you think? Should we bring one in?
Not yet. We don't know how many of them there are. Just pretend you don't see them. And above all, tell the others to show no signs of fear. There's nothing will start these simple-minded cavemen like fear. That was it. The manual said under no circumstances shall a member of the patrol display fear before a native. The dignity of the Earthman must be preserved at all costs. Walk erect, be firm but just, and do not allow the native to feel he is your superior. It was a good rule, And it always worked. Just before dawn, we reached the cave country. We were tired and hungry, and we stopped to cook some food and rest. Everything was quiet. There was no sign of the Gimpo, as Battiers called him, until...
Hey, get in there, you sneaking little man. Come on, boy, break these shirts.
what's the trouble?
Look at me, Ira. They caught me one of these gimpos sneaking around outside the tent. He almost slit my throat with one of those stone knives he did. Yeah.
Bring him into the light of the fire where we can get a look.
Yeah, right.
Faulkner.
Yes, sir?
Try to establish some communication.
All right, get it.
Look out. Now, no need to knock him down, Battiers.
That's the only language they understand.
Faulkner, see if you can reach him.
Okay, Captain. I'll need a drum of some sort.
A what?
Well, I find they communicate with one another through a very primitive kind of vibration of the tongue. Now, the closest I can come is a series of drum beats, a sort of a Morse code. The psychologist on the first expedition had it worked out before he was killed by the plague. I've studied his notes, and I think it'll work.
You mean these animals can talk to one another?
I believe they can. At any rate, we'll have a chance to find out. Do we have something I can use for a drum?
Oh, here. Take my helmet.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, I'll tap it 4 times. That's a greeting of some sort.
Oh, just a moment.
Yes, sir?
I don't want you treating this fellow like an equal. Don't give him the idea that we're desperate. Once they sense that, we're lost.
All right. Here we go. Now I'll give him the helmet. Good. He seems to understand. What shall I ask him, sir?
Now, first, tell him we come in peace. Reassure him that we don't wish to hurt him or his people.
I'll try. He seems to understand. He wants to answer.
Well?
He says, others like you came to Landro.
He must mean the first expedition. Go on. I want you to lead around to the subject of the plague gradually. Don't let on that we're desperate.
I'll do my best, sir.
It's a strange sight. On one side of the helmet crouched little Benny Faulkner. Across from him crouched the Landrian, a humpbacked gray little creature with an enormous head and those soft lavender eyes. I'm setting forth in this narrative the transcript of their conversation as Benny Faulkner later transcribed it from the best of his memory. Faulkner, we come as friends. Native. Why? Faulkner, we will help you to rebuild your cities and make your machines work again.
Why?
We want to help you to enjoy the benefits of the great culture which once thrived on Landro.
Why?
Because we want to help you.
If we ask you not to help us, will you go away?
We stay for your own good. We have helped many others on other planets.
How?
We teach them a better way to live. Their way of life was better than your way.
Have you tried our way?
Why were your cities abandoned? Was it the plague?
Yes.
Do you still fear the plague?
Yes.
Do any of your people become afflicted?
Some.
How do you treat them? How do you keep the plague from spreading? Do you have a cure? How can we find a cure for the plague?
Go among my people.
Will we find the answer among your people?
My people have the answer.
Will you tell me the answer?
Go among my people.
The drum beats ended. As far as the Landrian was concerned, the conversation was ended. He rose to go, and Faulkner stepped from his path. But Brady was there to ensure the bet.
Hold on there, bucko. You ain't going no place.
Don't maltreat him, Brady. What'd he say, Benny?
He says his people have the answer.
What do you think?
Well, there may be some truth in it. He says some of his people still get the plague.
Well, that must mean it isn't a question of immunity. They must have a cure.
Well, he wasn't clear on that, Doctor.
Then they must have a vaccine to keep it from spreading.
Does he know?
Evidently not.
I could beat it out of him.
I don't think he's lying.
Well, that leaves it up to us. Now, the first level of caves are on top of that cliff about a mile ahead.
It's a trap. I'll bet my last dollar on it.
Maybe not. We'll have to risk it.
Now, wait.
Yes, Doctor.
Let me go. I got you all into this.
How will you talk?
Well, Benny here can give me enough of the code so I can ask the big question.
All right, Doctor. We'll wait at the foot of the cliff. Now, you go on ahead. If you aren't back down in 3 hours, we'll come up after you.
What about the gimpo we've got?
Now, we'll hold him as a hostage to ensure the doctor's safety.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the doc comes back all right, we'll let him go. Your job, that is.
A pleasure.
Don't kick him.
Natch. But if he gives me any trouble, I'll take a shovel to his bottom. You can count on that.
It took Dr. Morgan about an hour to pick his way up the side of the cliff to the first of the openings where the Landrians lived. He waved to us before he entered the mouth of the cave. And we waved back. Then we settled down to wait. It was a long, long wait.
8 o'clock. He's been up there more than 3 hours, Ira.
We'll give him a little more time.
It's getting colder.
Now keep the fire going.
You think we'd have heard something by now? If that was going to knock him off, I mean.
Oh, not necessarily. Wait. Look. Up on the cliff.
That's the doctor.
What's he running for?
I don't know.
He looks scared.
Crazy fool. If he don't look
Hey,
out...
Doctor! Dr. Morgan, look out! Look out! We found him at the foot of the cliff, crumpled and broken. We never knew why he had thrown himself off. Scrawled across the pad he had taken with him, on which to make notes concerning the answer, was a single word. The word was courtesy. The expedition was a failure. Okay, that's it. I have to head back for camp and just wait and pray.
Not just yet, Ira. Okay?
What's on your mind, Battiers?
If it's all the same to you, I'd like to take the gimpo here out behind the rocks and have a talk with him. Okay, Ira?
What do you think you'll accomplish?
I don't know. Just a quiet little talk.
No violence.
No violence. Just a real, earnest type conversation. Okay, Ira?
It was one of those decisions a commanding officer dreads. 180 lives against the chance that Battiers could persuade the little gray man to give an answer he might not even know. I nodded, and Battiers took the little native off behind an outcropping of rock. He was back in 15 minutes, dripping with sweat. Well?
Let's go, Ira.
Nothing, huh?
But nothing.
Is he,
Yeah, they ain't made very good, those little gray people. They come apart too easy. So, let's go, Ira.
All right. Hey, Benny. Hey, Benny. What is it?
I feel kind of sick all of a sudden.
He's got a weak stomach. Dust allergy.
Hey, wait a minute. What is it, Benny?
The back of my head. Dull kind of pain.
Stick out your tongue. Give him a hand, Battiers. We've got to get him back to camp.
What is it?
I'm not sure. But that blackness on the tongue and the headache, it could be the plague. By the time we got Benny Faulkner back to camp, he had the red spots on his body. And then the fever began to rage. It was a plague, no mistake about it. Before morning, Collins, the supply sergeant, had it. Then it was Peabody. After that, the men went down like 10 pins. They screamed and moaned. And then they died. Come. Hello, Battiers.
Ira?
Have a drink. It's the last of the cough medicine.
Yeah. Tired. Oh, man, I've never been so tired.
What's the count?
We lost 6 more today.
6. That makes 29 dead. 29 in less than a week.
It's them stinking natives. They put the whammy on it.
All right, take it easy.
Easy. I'd like to take a machine gun up to them hills and knock off the whole bunch of them.
How's Benny?
Now, that's the funny thing. I went into his tent this morning figuring sure he'd be dead by now. Instead, I see his fever is down a couple of points.
It's amazing. Usually gets him in a matter of days. Faulkner's been hanging on for weeks now. Well, keep an eye on him. It was a nightmare of eternity after that. A ceaseless round of caring for the stricken, of helping with the graves, of writing in the book the names of those who died. Sleep came in snatches or when we were so exhausted we couldn't stand. Then one morning, Battiers Brady dragged himself into my shack. Sit down, Bat. What's it count?
6 left. We buried the chaplain today. You got a cigarette?
Yeah, sure. How's Faulkner?
I don't get it.
Still alive?
He's getting better. He's sitting up.
Holy mackerel.
Ah, this is a good cigarette.
Like any other.
No, this one's different, Ira. It's my last.
What do you mean?
Take a look at my tongue, Ira. You see? Little black spots.
Somehow, I managed to get him into bed. He was already raving when I gave him the last of the morphine. It was incredible. Big, brawling Battiers Brady, a tower of strength, lying sick and whimpering on a cot. I went out on the moors to think. The sun was a dull red glow. Cold breeze whipped up. The planet of Landro was an emptiness. I thought about Battiers and Dr. Morgan and Benny Faulkner. Why should Faulkner, of all of us, recover from the plague from which no man recovered? I turned and went back to see Benny Faulkner.
Hello, Captain.
Hello, Benny. How are you?
It's good. Got up and walked a couple of steps today. How goes it?
Brady's down.
Oh.
Listen, Benny. There must be some reason why you survived the virus.
Well, how about you? Why didn't you ever even get it?
I give it time.
What can I do?
I want you to tell me everything you know about yourself, everything you can remember.
But why?
Because somewhere in your makeup is some little thing that makes the difference. At least I can leave a record for any future expedition that comes to Landro. Okay?
Okay, Captain Ward. Where do you want me to start?
At the beginning. Now, I'm going to take notes.
Well, I was born on the 2nd of July in 1971. My parents were ordinary people. My father was everything I can remember. For 3 days now, you've questioned me.
All right. Now, take it from where the natives started to walk away. You stepped out of his path, and Brady grabbed him.
Okay, so I stepped out of his path.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why did you step out of his path?
Well, why not? Courtesy, that's why. What's the matter?
Courtesy. Funny. That's the word that Dr. Morgan had written in his notebook.
Well, I don't see...
I don't either. Hey, tell me, why should you want to be courteous to a native?
Why not?
What about maintaining your own dignity?
Are you talking about dignity or arrogance? Look, I don't get this at all, Captain.
Now, you're familiar with the records left by the first expedition, Benny. What happened with the natives?
Well, the natives were friendly enough at first, but after a while, they went back to the caves.
And when we got here, they wouldn't come near us, right?
Right.
Yet we came to help them.
So what?
So maybe this, Benny. Maybe we were all wet in our deductions. Maybe those cities weren't deserted centuries ago after all. Maybe these little people up in the caves are the same people who used to live in those cities.
Well, why should they leave?
Well, maybe they found out the big cities weren't the answer. Maybe they found out that civilization doesn't necessarily bring happiness. So they just packed up and left. Returned to the simple life.
That doesn't make sense. You're forgetting the plague.
Benny, what is the plague?
Well, I don't know.
I think the plague was nothing more than what we know as greed and arrogance.
Captain, you're going off your rocker.
I think maybe we were in line to die of it, even if the serum had been good.
Well, it violates all the laws of Earth.
We aren't on Earth. We're on Landro. A planet a million light years from home. Now, why are we trying to take these primitive, happy people and make them like ourselves? Why are we trying to mold them, to convince them that they belong in cities, that they should be building better can openers instead of just enjoying human relationships? Why, Benny? If that isn't sheer, stupid, crazy arrogance, my name isn't Ira Warren. The other four went that night. 3 days later, Thaddeus Brady died. In his delirium, he was howling about how if he could just get his hands on one of those stinking natives, he'd wring the answer out of him. After I buried him, I went back to Benny Faulkner's tent. Faulkner was getting out of bed as I entered.
How's he, Captain?
I just buried him.
Holy Mother in heaven. That means two of us. 2 out of 180.
Not 2. Just 1.
Oh, but you're all right.
I have a headache. I'm beginning to sweat a little, too.
Well, can I help you any?
No, I think I'll go back to my shack and finish writing the report.
Well, maybe it isn't the plague.
No, Benny, I've seen it too many times to kid myself about it.
Look, Captain, you don't believe that junk about courtesy, do you? I mean, that stuff you were talking about the other night? That's a lot of nonsense. You must know that. Holy mackerel, Captain. You can't believe it. You can't.
Good night, Benny. I think I'd like to be alone for a while.
Okay. Good night, Captain Warren.
I'm turning it over to Benny Faulkner in the hopes that he will be able to transmit it to any other expedition commander who contemplates exploring the planet of Landro. The fever is beginning to mount now. My hands tremble as I write. The end should not be far off. You see, I didn't have a chance. I stepped out of no paths.
You have just heard another adventure into the unknown world of the future. The world of Dimension X. We are just beginning to discover how boundless our universe really is. And yet, what would it be like to live in a world no larger, say, than a single gigantic rocket ship? You'll find out more about it on Dimension X next week when we present Robert Heinlein's Universe.
Check, check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ah, fuck it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh, shit. Good morning, everyone. Whoa. Sheesh. Sheesh. What the hell is that shit? Pistachio runs. Man, that is some coughing stuff. Good morning. Guten Morgen, yeah. Hear me now and forget about me later, because you will probably not remember anyway. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Totally. It's totally. Well, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. It's not. It's not Totally Television Tuesday. It's Old Time Radio Wednesday. Hey, check that out. No, really. It is. It's Old Time Radio Wednesday. And today we're going to talk about old time radio stuff. As soon as I stop coughing. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong buttons again there. There it is. Totally. I'm just grabbing some images here. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Images. Why? So I can put images up on my screen. So I can do that. I can. I will just go here. And I will grab the image that I just found. Oh, I'm doing it again. Okay. Yeah, that's it, baby. That's it, baby. That's all there is to it. So how y'all doing this morning? You know, it is the 15th of October. It's the middle of the month. We're only 16 days away from, hey, there we go, KMET 94.7, KMET, gonna put it right under there because that's what we're talking about today. So there you go, and bada bing. KMET 94.7 was a radio station that popped up back in the 70s, I believe. In fact, let's go ahead and do a little bit of research here. What's it? Radio station. No. Hey, there it is. Continue. Oh, no, back. Let's go. Oh, you stupid idiot. Okay. Hey, there we go. This is, here we go. That's it. KMET 94.7 FM operated out of Los Angeles from June 1968 to February 1987. 87? Really? I thought it was like 85 or 84. Actually, it used freeform rock at first, and then I think from like 84 or 80 to 87, I think is when it switched to the wave. Oh no, today it's the wave. KTWV the wave 94.7. It used to be KMET the wave, and then they switched the letter call signs. There you go. Jim Ladd was one of the probably most well-known DJs. Good old Jim Ladd. Paraquat Kelly was another guy. Chuck Moshans. There was another guy, BMR. BMR. Who was BMR? What was BMR? He was one of the guys, the early 70s guys, BMR. Well, let us see here. I am going to put something here. Let's add a video, media source, and let's add that morning thing that we did already. Matrix, please stand by. Technical difficulties, was that it? I think that was it. Yeah, let me go ahead and put it back here. There we are. So now we should be hearing it soon. I can't hear it. You can hear it. That's right. Let me see. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Yeah. Anywho, I can play it from this computer probably, because that's what I can do. That's what I can do, baby. You know what? I can do whatever I want to do. Let me go to nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. Because that is where I used the radio commercials and old-time radio stuff way back when. Let's do that. KMET News. Let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, a blast from the past.
72 degrees. Here's the news. I'm Charlie Wright. And here's a familiar name, J. Edgar Hoover. But the FBI chief is in a new role this afternoon. Our John Aubuchon says Hoover has written a letter to the college students of 1970.
And he coupled it with a warning to moderate students that the radicals will be trying to enlist them for violence. Hoover says there's nothing wrong with student dissent or demands for changes in society, but in his open letter he presented a catalog of the extremist groups on campus and ways they would try, in his words, to lure students into their activities. Most of the tactics Hoover warns of are of the indoctrination variety, asking the subjects to accept the idea that their school is irrelevant, that law officers are repressive, that anything is acceptable, even terrorist bombings, if one is sincere or idealistic. Hoover closed by disputing those he called the prophets of pessimism, noting that while the campus situation this fall is serious, it is not hopeless. John Aubuchon.
A brief rock and bottle throwing melee at Griffith Park this evening. About 100 police officers were rushed to the merry-go-round area where about 600 persons were reported fighting. That park rally, that's what it was originally, had been called to celebrate a minister's march from Los Angeles to Washington to make Americans more aware of God. The fracas was brought under control about 10 minutes past 6. The usual late night and early morning fog and low clouds in our forecast, otherwise fair through Tuesday. Low tonight, 58 degrees. High tomorrow, 84 with moderate to heavy smog. The APCD has issued a school smog warning for the east and west San Gabriel Valley for tomorrow. All schools advised by the County Medical Association to excuse all students from strenuous indoor and outdoor activities tomorrow, thanks to that good old smog. Currently on the Miracle Mile, our reading is 72 degrees.
And that was from KMET. Back in the 70s, I believe. Totally. And we'll listen to some more old-time radio KMET stuff and some other radio stuff from back in the day. Some old commercials, some other KMET spots, and some other radio station spots from, like KFI and NBC News, KBLA, KRLA, KFWB was the Warner Brothers station. Back in the 1920s, 28, something along those lines, Sam Warner of the Warner Brothers decided to, because after they had they had hit reasonable success and then kind of failed, and then did it again, and then kind of failed, and then did it again, and it kind of failed. Sam decided not to put all his eggs in one basket, and he decided to diversify a little bit. And one of the things he diversified in was radio, and he bought a radio station and labeled it, I guess it was KFWB, the Warner Brothers station. And because of that, Warner Brothers Studio was kind of able to survive the studio wars that happened back in the 30s when the government came in and said, you guys can't run this like this anymore. You got to do something different. And the banks stepped in. It was after the stock market crash. And the banks stepped in and decided that they wanted to take those public companies and get rid of the guys who were in charge. So all the guys who created Paramount and Universal and Warner Brothers and a bunch of other studios, they were all out. All of the creators of those studios were gone. And they put boards in their place to run the place. Pretty crazy stuff. 1987 is when KMET, I believe that's when they were already the Wave. I think they had been the Wave for a few years. And at some point, probably 1987 is when they switched call letters. But for the longest time, I remember KMET, the Wave. KMET, those call letters, those were definitely free-form rock. That's what it was all about. And aside from the news and the commercials and everything, it was pretty much free-form. Yeah, hear me now, forget about me later, because I don't have anything to say about it. Remember, movie of the week is Reds, Warren Beatty, Annette Bening. Yesterday's album was Fleetwood Mac. Monday was 2112. Today I don't know what it is, because someone hasn't chosen yet. I guess if nobody is here to choose by the beginning of the second hour, then I will probably grab an album. Just grab something I have nearby. Got some album cover things there. We'll do something crazy. Yeah, I got too much sleep last night. That's what it was. I crawled into bed at like 7:30. Let's see, yesterday at 4:30 in the morning, I put my dentures in. I didn't take them out until 4:30 in the evening, so I had them in 12 hours, and I could tell. I was pretty sore, and I only ate one meal, right? I only ate, because I was busy, I didn't have time to eat a lunch, so I only ate dinner, an early dinner. And then took them out, and then later on, before I crawled into bed, I had some milk and a big cinnamon muffin. But I didn't put them in this morning because I have to go out with my daughter today, which means I'm going to get done here at 7, eat breakfast, and take a nap. So I couldn't really, I just couldn't, because I've got to put them in later. So I guess today's cheeseburger day. I'll go down and have a couple of cheeseburgers at In-N-Out and watch a movie or something waiting for my daughter, and then come on home, and then hopefully come home and have some tacos. Some tacos. I was going to have tacos last night, but by 4:30 I'm like, I got to get my teeth out. That's it. I'm done. So I told the girls, you know what, you guys have tacos. Save me some meat, and I'll cook it up tomorrow and have my own little tacos or something. Yeah, baby. Maureen Stapleton, she's in this. She's one of my favorite older actors that in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. She just did some great drama and some great comedy. One of my favorite comedy. Where is it? Is it here? I'm going to have to look through all of them now, right? It's one of those. Where are you? One of those comedy movies from the, I want to say 80s. There it is. And my copy is on Betamax. So this is my copy of Johnny Dangerously with Maureen Stapleton in it as Johnny Dangerously's mother. Oh, it is such a great movie. If you don't know Johnny Dangerously, it is Michael Keaton and Joe Piscopo, Mary Lou Henner, Maureen Stapleton, Peter Boyle, Griffin Dunne. Isn't that the kid on American Werewolf in London that gets eaten up, right? And then he comes back and haunts his friend, and every time he comes back he's a little more rotted. I believe that was him, but he plays his Johnny Dangerously's younger brother. And it's a 1984 film, but it is a spoof on gangsters and nightclubs and speakeasies of the 1920s. And it's a great fucking hilarious flick. It's directed by Amy Heckerling, who directed Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And didn't she work on Square Pegs as well? Amy Heckerling, she did a lot of great, unusual movies back in the 80s because of her success with Fast Times. American television writer and director. Yeah. Let me go to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and see what we've got there. We'll continue on web browser here. She's got director credits that read like, oh, okay, so here we go. Getting it over with. 1978 short was her first debut. Then she was the director of Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Then she did Johnny Dangerously, National Lampoon's European Vacation, Fast Times the TV series, Look Who's Talking 1 and 2, Clueless, and Clueless the TV series, Loser. She directed an episode of The Office, Vamps. She directed some Gossip Girl, Suburgatory, an episode. Most recently, she's done Rake. She directed some of that, and she got into directing episodes, a lot of stuff, and got out of movies. So she does a lot of writing. She is a writer, and she's got some writing credits. She got 13 writing credits, 20 directorial credits, and she's produced some stuff. She produced the Fast Times series. And Look Who's Talking Now, which is the third in the movie. She did not direct it, but she did produce it. Co-producer. She produced Night at the Roxbury. Yeah. And 17 episodes of Clueless she produced. So Amy Heckerling, she was a busy gal. She was. And that's pretty cool. I dig that. Joe Piscopo, of course, you remember him from Saturday Night Live. He did a few weird movies, and then kind of fell away. Everybody got kind of like, Joe Piscopo, And he did a Dead Heat, I think is what it was. A movie. There goes my fridge. I'm going to heat up my coffee, turn my fridge off, and write myself a note here to turn it back on before I do. Turn on fridge. Yeah. And now I'll leave this over there on the table where everyone will see it so that the fridge just doesn't stay off. And it's like, why is everything rotten? Yeah. Joe Piscopo. We're going to talk more about Joe Piscopo when I get back, right? So don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Well, there's that. Gee, it's awfully quiet now that fridge is off. Sheesh. Sheesh. Totally, eh? Yeah, eh? First year. We can get back on the subject of KMET and other radio stations anytime you'd like. Joe Piscopo. He started bodybuilding and doing, I believe he was doing steroids, and he started to change. He was still funny, but he was a little aggro, and he just stopped getting work, period. He just stopped getting work. And his stuff just kind of dried up. Every once in a while, you'd see him pop up somewhere in some bizarre thing, and then he was gone. Just gone. Man, it's getting a little... It's sweater weather. I'm going to have to start wearing sweaters in the morning and socks. Usually I don't wear socks because I don't want sweaty feet. Yeah, that refrigerator, it's not an old refrigerator. It's just that we live in the desert and there's a lot of dust, and then we have dogs, so there's hair. And it just seems to have aged quicker than one would expect. Like me. I've aged quicker than I expected. It ain't the years, baby. It's the mileage. Yep. It ain't how fast I've been revving the tachometer. But it's used up. It's all used up. Totally. Ow, yeah. I see this a lot. Right here, this KMET sign. I see that a lot in old TV shows from the 80s, 70s and 80s. Chips, Greatest American Hero, anything filmed in and around Los Angeles on freeways and city streets. Usually it was like in a downtown area where there's a billboard like this up on the side of a building, and there's these, you just see drive-bys on a TV show, and they drive by, Taco Bell and Jack in the Box and Noggles or whatever from back then. Hey, good morning. And boom, you drive by on a TV show, they're driving by one of these KMET signs. KMET was a radio station that operated for almost 20 years, 68 to 87. Freeform rock and roll. So we've just been kind of talking about them this morning. Well, cheers. Cheers. In Egypt, I don't know about all that. There's also a football player, KMET, whatever his name is. That blew me away when I saw his name. I'm like, why is my old radio station on that guy's jersey? Yeah, that was weird. It was a radio station, 94.7, back in the day. My father won Rolling Stone tickets in 1978 from KMET at the Angels Stadium in Anaheim, California. He heard it on the radio, literally got off of the freeway, went to a payphone, called KMET, won the tickets, and they left him will call at the stadium. And it was that day. We went right from the telephone to the store to get some stuff to take in to the show. That was a festival, so it was like a daytime concert. The whole thing took place during the day. It was great. It does not exist anymore. KMET is defunct. It became KMET 94.7 The Wave. And then they finally changed their calls letters to The Wave. KFWV, I think is what it's, KMWV or something weird. But it's still The Wave today, and it's like elevator music. And everybody was so, it's like, wow, what are they gonna change their format to? And then it was like, wow, all the DJs left. It was crazy. It was crazy. Brett Michael, B. Mitchell Reed was the guy's name. B. Mitchell Reed was one of the DJs. And here's a commercial from B. Mitchell Reed.
This is B. Mitchell Reed on KMET Metro Media Stereo in Los Angeles. Everybody's talking about waterbeds nowadays, right? And with good reason, because the waterbed is the greatest thing that happened to sleep since the invention of the inner spring. Okay. If you've been thinking about getting a waterbed, now you can have one delivered to your very door. The world's largest manufacturer of waterbeds, Pacific Waterbeds, presents Fat Bernie's king-size waterbed. I love the name. Yeah, 6-foot by 7-foot waterbeds, $100 value for only $39.95. $39.95 for your own king-size Fat Bernie waterbed if you act now. Just call 461-3631 and have a Fat Bernie's waterbed delivered COD right to your door with a 10-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, your loved one will love you for it. Well, whomever she or he may be. Or maybe you have 2 or 3. That's good. And you'll even love yourself. Maybe you'll just want to ensconce yourself on your waterbed without anybody around. That's real narcissism, okay? Fat Bernie's waterbed from Pacific Waterbed. You can't do any better than that.
All their DJs were like that. All their DJs were really themselves. They tried not to conform to the standard radio. This is the radio, and I have to talk like this, and I have to keep everything on the up. And they just didn't do that. They were just really cool. Jim Ladd was everybody's favorite. There were some females. What was her name? Oh, God. All right, so it'll come back to me. But there were some great female DJs there as well. They did a show called The Seventh Day, where the guy would come on and he would play albums in their entirety. Okay, we're going to play side 1 here. And he'd play the whole side, and then they'd do commercial break, and then he'd come back and they'd play the whole next side. It was just fucking great. You could just put your cassette player on record. It was fucking bitchin', man. Yeah, those were the days. Yeah, he had a great voice, B. Mitchell Reed. Jim Ladd had a wonderful voice. Paraquat Kelly, Chuck Moshantz. Oh man, they were just. I'm gonna have to look it up again to see a lot of those names, but you can still find a few of those guys around. Her name almost something Fox. Cynthia Fox, I think is what her name was. Cynthia Fox. She was awesome. She was awesome. She had a great voice. They did some video stuff where they were the VJs on an hour-long video program, and they would come on and do their stuff. I'm gonna see if I can dig something up from a past video time machine, which would be really cool. If I could find something like that. Pardon-moi. Video time machines. Am I caught? No way. Way. Totally way, man. Way. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Alright, let me just zap right here. Let me just do that. Episode. We got season 1. Let's get into season 2 here. See if I can just find something that says KMET. So I'm looking through video time machine files and then going into the used portion. It's another file within that file that's used elements, and hopefully in one of those used elements I can find a there was a TV show, and I thought that I had taken the TV show that contained some KMET stuff, and I thought I edited all that KMET stuff out into a small video. So I'm hoping that when I open up one of these used files, something there will say KMET, and then I can just kind of play that for you, which would be really cool. That would be great. Since I don't really plan my shows, everything's kind of on the fly. So I just kind of go with it. I just kind of go with it, and I'm not seeing anything right away here that's jumping out at me and saying KMET. Last night I watched The Car. Ooh, it was on TV, and I watched it. And earlier, I watched The Howling last weekend, and that was a great movie. Oh, that was a great movie, where it's kind of a Wolfman type movie. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, weirdos of all ages, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I don't know. I saw Radio Voice down there, and I thought, all right, I'll put on a Radio Voice. That's more like a ring announcer, right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, weirdos of all ages. Ladies and gentlemen. Totally. I heard Def Leppard's Hysteria, the song, the other day, and I hadn't heard it in a while, you know. And man, it was good. I enjoyed it. I don't listen to a lot of Def Leppard. I usually listen to like 70s stuff, because I listen to so much 80s stuff in the 80s, because I thought, but I missed out on some 70s stuff because I just wasn't coherent, right? I wasn't like paying attention. Root and Buzzy. All right, let's get used here. Come on, I know I'm going to find a little thing that says KMET short or KMET something. I hope, right? I just hope. Because it's a really... now, I could grab my video time machine here. And let me just go back. Maybe it is in season 1. Let me just start at the beginning here, I guess. Video time machine. See if I can find some... I try to keep track of everything that I'm doing because for times like this when I can go back and look. Alright, so there's those episodes, and I'm just looking for something. I know I popped in KMET, and I popped in a bunch around some other stuff, so if I wrote it down, I would have just simply written down KMET, and something like that. So I'm hoping that just at a glance I can buzz through and see at least one KMET pop out at me. And I know there was one episode that got lost. Thanksgiving Day, is that what it was? Yeah, episode 10, I believe, was called Thanksgiving episode. Still no KMET. I think it's when the shows become a little more complicated that I actually see, I actually have it written down. So we're still in season 1. bunch of Video Time Machine. Which ones? Oh, I know why they're in there. They're in there so that I can write all of those that are just on note paper, but I will use them so I don't have to print out more, right? I started doing them on note paper, right? Can you see that? I'll put a note paper anyway. And then I started to doing filling out a form that's got all of the information for each episode. I don't see any KMET yet, so I'm thinking it's going to be later when the shows get a little more complicated. Oh, yeah. Winchell's. Wow. Totally, eh? Hobo at the end of the line. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I watched that one the other day. That one was a good one. Album of the day. Rainbow. Straight between the eyes. There you go. That's just a window display, not an album cover. I would have to dig through my 8 tracks, so I ain't going there, baby. Yeah, rainbow, because somebody mentioned Rainbow the other day. I think it was Joey. Come on, KMET. I'm not seeing it. Episode 14 of 2. Where would I have put it? What would I have called it? Oh, video. Videos. What the name of the show was that they were on video. Oh, shoot. I know it was video. Some kind of video, music video show. It was called Video something. Right? And I'm thinking it was in the first season. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Bicentennial 200. Video. What was it called? Video. Something? Is that Dio? I don't know. Is it Dio? I'm gonna let you tell me. How's that? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you tell me if it's Dio. Tell me if it's Dio. Tell me. Tell me. Just do it. 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 Video. I don't see video. I don't see the word video here. It should be the word video. Or I should see the word video. But I don't. God, I know it was a long time ago. I know it was. But dang. guess I'm just boned, right? I'm just totally boned, man. Because it should have been here, and now we're getting into places where I just know it's not. I just know it's not there, you know? That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Yeah. Totally fucked up, man. Yeah, baby. Well, I'll look through this last file here. I mean, there's more to look through, but I'll just look at this one here. And Fast Times TV spot. Well, that's funny. So actually, if I do that and go here, video, it should be say something, video. God, what the hell the name was that show, right? Oh, man. See, I'm going to go through these files of used stuff and put them back into files that they can be recycled. Like a rainbow in the dark. Dude. Like a rainbow in the dark. Yeah. Dio for me was always a little bit of Rainbow and a lot of Black Sabbath and a little bit of Dio. There was just this period. Oh man. Mob Rules. Mob Rules was probably one of my favorite Black Sabbath songs. I loved Ozzy Black Sabbath, right? But there was just something about Dio with Black Sabbath that it was just all of that was just bitchin'. A lot of people are like, oh my God. And I was like, no man, this is the shit, right? This is the next phase. It was awesome. It was, yeah, I dug me some Dio, man. I got a little bit of Dio on CD somewhere here. Totally. So today's the average show today, because I've got to drive down into the desert. So I gotta do breakfast and take a bit of a nap this morning before I, before I gotta get up and run off and do stuff. Too early. I'm still looking through episodes. I can't help it. Now that I know I'm looking for a show with videos, the word video in it. Paul Lynn Halloween special. There it is. KMET Prime Video. 16 minutes. That's it. I found it. I fucking found it. 59 minutes. And I've taken 15 minutes out of it. Well, let's fucking check it out. Tiny little guy. We used to call him a dwarf. Right? It was like he was a dwarf, and the lead singer for Jethro Tull, he was a gnome. And then there was another guy that was an elf, or maybe he was the elf. But they all had all the little guys had names. It was hilarious. I know. Poor little guys, we're messing with you. Are you a little guy? There, WW. All right, I'm going to put on this show over here, and we're going to watch it together. So let's check that out. And let me get things set up here quick, and then we will take a look at it. Okay, let me open this up here. Let me bring me over. And I don't know where I'm going to go. Let me go up here. No. I can't do that. This one. We're going to go here. And we're going to go down by the well, how about up here? Up by the live. Can I do that? Yeah, I can be behind. No? Then I have to be behind it. Oh, what the hell? I'm here. You can see me. I'm live. I'm live, baby. So let's push play on this and check this out. While I do some bong hits and drink some coffee.
KTTV presents Prime Time Videos, heard in stereo on KMET 94.7 FM, hosted by Cynthia Fox.
There she is.
And featuring Paraquat Kelly.
Hooya Tooya, welcome to another hour of rock and roll on KTTV's Primetime Videos. I'm Cynthia Fox from KMET Radio, and during tonight's show you're going to see David Bowie, Eddie Money, Quiet Riot, and Genesis. And to start things off just right, we got that little old band from Texas, ZZ Top, and a story about a sharp-dressed man. That's Eddie Money's latest, a great song and a great video called The Big Crash. And
I tried to model my studio after her
we'll have for you the
little spot there.
David Bowie.
She's awesome.
Your kids are up to their necks in suds.
Oh my God, suds.
Where?
There are suds.
And we got commercials too.
Because you didn't use a detergent like Low Sudsing Dash.
They look clean to me.
They may look clean, but they still have suds in them.
I know.
Come on. They should be as clean as this towel I just washed.
Dunk that in the sink and see.
Ew, suds. This looked so clean. Come on. What went wrong?
The wrong kind of detergent. Try Dash. Dash cleans with low suds, so dirt and suds come out.
I don't see suds. This not only looks clean, it is clean.
With Dash, what you see is what you get.
Cute.
Get out, hidden suds. Get Dash for clothes that actually are as
She's
clean
cute.
as they look.
Yeah. Cynthia Fox, that's why she called herself Cynthia Fox. Because she was a fox. She had a foxy voice. She had a foxy ass voice. Joy. You're gonna see your something and something, and it's got a something, and a something, something. I hate this commercial. It'll probably get me what do you call it? It'll get me a copyright thing because of that stupid song there. It's a melody. It's a melody. You can't use that melody. You're in trouble now. Don't use that melody. Let your boner grow. 'Cause you got a big wood. Let your boner grow. Sorry.
Look, Aaron Brothers has the loafa on sale.
Aaron Brothers. Ooh, I want one of those.
Lifestyle and budget. One loafa makes a chair. Two loafas make a loafa.
Loafa.
They're made of a durable quilted fabric treated with Scotchgard. Available in brown, blue, or tan, only $49.88. That's not all. Aaron Brothers is offering the famous Sherwood sofa. Great for unexpected guests. Just flips out into a bed.
Wow.
And you can be sure the price is right. Only $168.88 from
It's
Aaron
just a
Brothers,
big
where the
pillow.
savings are
They
twice the
make those now. They make those now. You find those all over.
David Bowie's latest album, Let's Dance, and his incredible worldwide concert tour has put him right back at the top of the music world. Here's David's feelings about modern love. That's Genesis with their latest That's All. We're all really looking forward to seeing Genesis in concert. They'll be in Southern California in January. And coming up next, music and concert news from Paraquat's Corner.
Paraquat.
Gentlemen.
Hey, Bob's Big Boy. There you go. Where you could get a burger and a salad.
I want to know why. Howard, you get the fish.
Ooh.
Roger, yours is the ham steak.
Ah.
Ours, liver and onions for you, John.
Oh.
Serve that. And Richard, the ground beef.
Oh.
Here's my chicken. Thanks. Only $3.50.
Shit.
But the dinners are so big and the check
But
is
they're
so
so
small.
big.
Boys, Boys, listen.
My God, those dudes just ate less than $30, man.
Keep their careers staying alive.
They probably tipped a nickel each, too.
Olivia into doing the film and the pleasures and problems of making it. Then, Eurythmics, how they met and split and created their smash hit album. Next, Al Pacino in Scarface and how it wounded some opening night bands. Plus, how to pick the best chocolate chip, the teddy bear comeback, and much more. So pick up this week's People for yourself, for your family, starring the story of Two of a Kind. People is published by Time Life.
Ooh.
Hey, stop fiddling.
Stop fiddling. There's a message. It's my wife. Shut up.
Well, I just washed it. It didn't use Downy. There's a big difference without the softness.
Un mensaje
Downy combines skin-loving
importante.
softness with April freshness. Makes static cling almost disappear.
Static cling.
Smells good.
I saw that kid in some TV stuff.
And I noticed a smile.
Yeah.
April Fresh Downy.
The Gap. Fall into the Gap. Oh my God, it's the 80s. Let's be totally 80s. Is that, what was that?
On over half the stores.
You gotta look close at a lot of these people.
Under $20. There's a whole lot more to fall for in holiday value at the Gap.
At the Gap.
Fall into
To the Gap.
Brewed by Canada's
Ooh,
oldest
Moosehead.
family brewery.
That was my favorite 80s beer back then.
It stands
Back in the
at
80s, I drank a lot of Moosehead. I had a great Moosehead t-shirt that I loved. That was great.
And now, from Paraquat's Corner, here's music and concert information from Paraquat Kelly.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but we don't deliver. But thank you for calling just the same. And thank you, Cynthia Fox. Hi, I'm Paraquat Kelly, and we have the news and views portion for you here on Primetime Videos. The news being Loverboy with special guest Joan Jett and the Blackhearts tonight at the Fabulous Forum. We have Heaven with LA's own White Sister and Odin tonight. That's at the Country Club.
Nice.
So a couple of great concerts tonight. Todd Rundgren
Rundgren.
for 2 nights, December 17th and 18th at the Hollywood Palace. These are the 2 shows that were originally scheduled for September, but as you know,
He's not great on
Todd broke
TV.
his arm. Yeah, sorry about that, Todd, and we hope to see you again soon out there. You're a beautiful guy. Greg Allman and the Greg Allman Band will be playing December 21st. That's at the Palace, and I guess you could be pretty sure that Cher won't be there. And finally, before we get back to you, Cynthia, we do have something that we'd like to pass along, a letter. We do get letters here on Primetime Videos, and we'll just quickly... This one comes from Mrs. Ralph Fleischleben. She says, watched your program for years. You guys are great. Well, thank you, and thank you, Cynthia. The question is, my husband and I will be spending Christmas on the road. And when cooking the turkey in our motor home, if Ralph drives faster, will the bird cook quicker? No, but you'll eat dinner much sooner than you should be.
Coming up next on Primetime Videos,
What a
the music,
goober.
Duran Duran.
What a goober. Enjoy these commercials. I'm gonna go do my
electric chainsaw for only
$54.88.
$16.88 buys the new all-grip locking
Heat up my
plier for
coffee.
all trades. It's 5 tools in 1. We have Fuller tools, your choice of a 3-piece plier set or 4-piece chisel set, just $5.88 each. And $88.88 for a Waterloo 6-drawer tool chest with a 2-drawer roller cabinet. Very special gifts for your very special people. From Builders Emporium.
Colibri introduces 9 precision writing instruments styled to say as much about you as your signature. For example, James Michener writes with the uniqueness of Colibri's Mirror Black. Lauren Hutton with the elegance of Colibri's inlaid lacquer. And Henry Ford II with the authority of Colibri's Gold Fill. The signature collection by Colibri. For those who demand more than just words from a pen.
Karen Silkwood.
Drew Stevens.
Dolly Pellicker.
Feel the passion. See the struggle. Share the joy. Know the fear. Live the story. Meryl Streep, Kurt Russell, and Cher in Silkwood. Rated R.
Now playing at the New Egyptian, Westwood, and other select theaters.
Miracle Wrench, the
What
incredible
movie was it?
multi-purpose wrench that grips like a vice and replaces a $40 wrench set. Just $2.99 at Alpha Beta Food Company in Boys Market.
Alpha Beta.
For 35 consecutive years, KTTV has brought Southern California
Oh, I love this.
uninterrupted coverage of the Tournament of Roses Parade. Hi, I'm Bill Welsh.
And I'm
I watched
Mary
it just
Hart.
about
Won't you
every
join us
year
on
in the
Monday
80s.
morning, January 2nd at 6:30 for live
Was always
coverage
at
of the
somebody's
95th
house that
Annual
morning.
Rose Parade.
We'll bring you all the excitement,
All the color,
and all the pageantry live
And all the
uninterrupted
boogers
from
and snot.
Pasadena,
that's on Monday, January 2nd,
beginning with pre-parade coverage at 6:30.
right here on KTTV Metro Media 11.
I like
Nuclear movie
KTLA.
controversy tonight on Metro Media News.
Great
We're
movie.
there.
Silkwood, great movie. Great movie. Kurt Russell.
I'm Cynthia Fox.
Cher.
KTTV's primetime videos in
Meryl Streep.
stereo on KMET. As we enter the mid-'80s, a band that is known as the Fab Five in England is rapidly becoming one of the most popular groups in the world. We're talking about Duran Duran, and here's their latest, Union of the Snake.
Duran
Coming up
Duran.
next on Primetime Videos, the Romantics, Talking Heads, and the group KMET played first, LA's own Quiet Riot.
Doodle 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 doodle. Doodle doodle doodle.
CNR's entire inventory is now on
CNR.
sale. Every item in every store.
That was the place
Every
to go
suit
buy
is
a
on sale.
suit. You need a
Choose
suit,
from
you went to
designer
CNR.
suits in pure wool and wool blends,
They
including
were all over
pinstripes.
Southern California.
All arrivals from famous American makers. Every sport coat is on sale. Tweeds, pure silks, camel hair, designer
Camel
blazers,
hair.
pure wool, wool blends.
Wow.
All CNR slacks, shirts, accessories on sale.
Accessories.
The largest selection in Southern California now on sale. In all,
So we're talking about
36
old-time radio shows, old-time radio stations.
Is one of a kind.
Look at that.
Olivia Newton-John is one of a kind. It took a miracle to bring them together.
They did a
And
movie
a
after
twist of
Grease.
fate to make them two of a kind.
We won't do anything we don't want to do.
They almost.
Rated PG.
They almost.
Starts Friday, Pickwood, Westwood, Egyptian, Hollywood, and other theaters.
But Kelly Preston.
Today, I'll give you $1,500 more than your car is worth. Folks, I'm John Sheridan, owner of Toyota of Buena Park, and I'll give you $1,500 over allowance on your trade when you buy a new Toyota car or truck from me.
Nice.
So get up off that couch and drive to Buena Park.
Do
If
it.
you have no trade, I'll give you a $1,500 discount from our sticker price. Do it today.
Orange
Take
throw up.
Santa Ana or Riverside Freeway to Beach. John Sheridan's Toyota of Buena Park, 7479 Orange Thorpe, around the corner from
Orange
Knott's Dairy
throw
Farm,
up.
open nightly till 10.
That's how
TV's
we used
more
to say it.
complicated. Local, network, cable, pay. To watch the best
Baby.
that's on, pick up the best. This
Aaron
week's
Gray.
TV Guide. TV Guide helps you decide.
It does. I love that show. Let's talk about Fame on next week.
I'll teach that little snip
Oh, look at
about
her.
being in any show while I'm alive.
Man, I had a crush on that teacher.
Today,
Oh, man.
this babe's gonna do something
Ooh, babe.
I've never done before.
Oh, my eye! It burns! It burns!
I'm gonna take a step into the unknown.
Oh, look out.
Experience
They're over Lake Elsinore.
for the first time.
I'll bet.
And I'm gonna share
Or
my
Paris.
experience with a very special man.
Be owned by Fabergé. Win on your next adventure, babe.
Suck a raw egg.
Nuclear movie controversy tonight on Metro Media News.
Yeah, Silkwood.
We're there.
Scary stuff.
In stereo, we've got a band for you now that both Peter Gabriel and David Bowie are fans of. Talkin' Heads on KMET with Burnin' Down the House. The Romantics with Talking in Your Sleep. And coming up next, we've got the video of the song that was the heavy metal anthem this past summer. We've got it next on Primetime Videos here on KTTV, and you can hear it in stereo on 94.7 FM KMET.
And that was all that you got from these guys. All you got was these little snippets in between the videos. Because they were actually on the air at the
keep their
time.
careers staying alive. This week's People tells how John talked Olivia into doing the film and the pleasures and problems of making it. Then, Eurythmics, how they met and split and created their smash hit album. Next, Al Pacino in Scarface and how it wounded some opening night fans. Plus, how to pick the best chocolate chip, the teddy bear comeback, and much more. So pick up this week's People for yourself. Or
How
your
to
family,
scratch your nards
starring
on
the story
TV
of
without
Two
getting
of a Kind.
busted.
People is published by Time Life.
Just fucking do it. Hey, Doc Severinsen.
Hi, folks. Doc Severinsen here. And when I think of the great championship sports events, I naturally think of the champion of
The dude
champions
was
race
just
at
classic.
Los Alamitos. 10 champion quarter horses who have earned
It's time to
their
bring the
reputation
heater
by
in.
winning the
It's
premier
time to put a
quarter
little
horse
heater
race
down
this
here below the desk.
this Saturday night to
My feet are
determine
cold.
the horse of the
My
year.
arms are cold.
So come out to Los Alamitos this Saturday night. The champion of champions is like no other horse race in the world.
It's flannel season, dude.
Special is unfolding, and you
Oh,
could be
2
made
different
aware
flannel
that a
patterns
Pick and
on
Save
now.
will offer this
That's
delightful
horrible.
folding chair.
I gotta
Use
get my
them when you
vests.
have a party or for unexpected guests.
Sweaters.
Keep some near the television or when studying for tests. Framed in choice of rainbow colors, white, brown, yellow, green, red, black.
Right.
All with vinyl-coated metal mesh in white on seat and back.
Metal
Priced at only
mesh.
$7.95, that's really a sensation.
Sensational.
You'll find these
Pick and
chairs
save.
at Pick and Save
No
right
more
now
pick and save.
at all locations.
They finally went belly up,
You know
switched to
why
the
we're
yellow
here. Bob's Big Boys,
something,
our toughest
and then went
competition,
red.
and their weekday early dinner specials are
See, now this commercial always makes me hungry.
Howard, you get the fish.
The fish. I wish they would do a
Roger,
breakfast
yours
one.
is the ham steak. Thicker
Oh,
than
man.
Liver and onions for you, John.
Well, I'd eat the hell out of that.
And Richard, the ground beef.
The ground beef? It's just a
here's my chicken
like a Salisbury steak.
Only $3.15 each. But the dinners are so big and the check is so small. Boys,
know.
boys, listen, we got trouble.
Sure,
the
it
last
was
time you made a really good
back
chicken
then.
salad
It was
sandwich?
different. It was
Probably the last time you made a chicken,
It was-
right?
it was more
well, now
real.
you can make great chicken salad anytime.
Hey.
The easy way, with Swanson chunk chicken.
Swanson.
Tender
We still
chunks of
use that in
chicken.
our
It's all
house.
natural. Simply add your favorite
It's all
ingredients.
natural. It's just
And you've
fucking
got a
chicken.
delicious chicken
And a lot of
salad
sodium.
sandwich, or a scrumptious chicken salad, or even a hearty casserole. Swanson chunk chicken.
Swanson.
So good.
Yeah.
And so easy.
Thanks for joining us for the past hour of KTTV's primetime videos heard in stereo on KMET. We'll see you again next time with the best sights and sounds in rock and roll. I'm Cynthia Fox. I'm going to leave you with the headbanger classic of 1983 because we care about your health. Here's Quiet Riot. See ya.
Patrick Paraquat Kelly. All right, and there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Gotta find my live. There it is. Hey, I'm back. So that was just a little bit of KMET, what it looked like on the air in their studio, because they were doing simulcast. They were doing the TV show live. And they were simulcast live on the radio, so it was really a live video show, and it was kind of cool. It was very innovative, very innovative. The other day, I looked at my daughter and said "postifus," and she went, "No, like I don't understand what you're saying." I said, "Postifus. Do you need to stop at the post?" She said, "Are you saying post office? I've never heard it. You can't say it like that." She got all upset with me. Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot. That was a weird game, right? Where's Crash Bandicoot? I got Snoopy. That's it. I don't have Crash. I don't have Crash. I don't do it. I'm not going to do it. I've never done it. So KMET is the radio station of the day. Here's my little KMET here, and KMET on my, and my spoon's trying to get away. Yeah, and the cow jumped over the fucking moon. Oh gosh, that is really good. Ooh, piece of candy. I got a bong hit here. All right, cover me. I'm going in. I really enjoyed that look at Cynthia Fox. Paraquat Kelly. I like it when things work out like that. And serendipitously, WKRP in Cincinnati is on both TV guides. All right, both TV guides from 1978 and from 1979. Both of them. I just saw that inside of this one, there was an ad for a movie. Not on television, but in the theaters. And what a great movie it was. The Wiz, right? Michael Jackson, Nipsey Russell, Ted Ross, Lena Horne, Richard Pryor as The Wiz, right? Directed by Sidney Lumet. Joel Schumacher, Robert Cohen. Wow. Alfred Hitchcock? It's Wednesday. Let's take a look at, let's go chronologically, 1978. Let's take a look at Wednesday evening in 1978. Wow. There's a lot going on, man. Wow, there's a lot going on. All right, 7:30, Hollywood Squares. The Tubes. The Tubes. Maureen McGovern, Jon Stewart, Elvin Bishop, Dick Clark, the Marshall Tucker Band, England Dan and John Ford Coley, Kenny Rankin and Seals and Crofts. Wow, what a weird show that is, huh? Where's Sonic the Hedgehog? Where is he? I don't know. Probably inside of a video game cartridge. Am I smelling coffee? That's what I smell. All of a sudden I smell it. Okay, at 8 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, October 25th, 1979. Well, this is 79. This is 78. Yeah, this is 78. All right, so we're not going chronologically. We're just going, baby. At 8 o'clock, 8 is enough. Rodeo. Evening at Symphony. The Magic of David Copperfield. Magic. David Copperfield. Woo! Fancy pants stuff. Wow. Great performances. Real people. Interviews with a 10-year-old disc jockey. A bicyclist who rides reverse. A man who likes to walk backwards. Also, visit to the Colorado River. A reunion of a black World War II fighter pilots. A turtle race. And a convention for a barbershop quartets. I love real people. There's some real people on my channel. Cynthia was a fox. Let's see, 9 o'clock, Charlie's Angels with Farrah Fawcett. We've got Different Strokes. Muhammad Ali comes in and hangs out with the kids. House Calls. What else do we have on? Frenzy, 1972, Alfred Hitchcock. At 9:30, Hello, Larry. Larry is McLean Stevenson, right? This is the show that they gave him after they booted him off MASH. Colonel Henry Blake, they killed him. Colonel Henry Blake's plane was shot down over the Sea of Japan, and it spun in and crashed. And there were no survivors. That was a radar coming in on the MASH episode and telling us that Henry was gone and never made it home. Yep, and everybody wept. At 10, Vegas, Best of Saturday Night Live, right? 1979. So they're doing like 4 years of Saturday Night Live stuff. And it was like the best of Saturday Night Live. It was like their first 4 years. UN Day Concert, 1979. Moll Flanders. And then at 11:30, we've got Johnny Carson with George Gobel. And Tom Snyder, of course, with no word on what's going on with Tom. All right, back to 1978, October 25th, 1978. And let's see, Hollywood Squares, Linda Lavin, John Biner, George Gobel, Paul Lynn, Jay Johnson, soap regulars, Jennifer Salt, Billy Crystal, Sal Viscuso, Diana Canova, Catherine Damone, and Richard Mulligan. Robert Mandan and Robert Goulet. In Search Of is also on there. Bigfoot, In Search of Bigfoot. At 8, 8 is enough. Dick Clark, live variety with Chicago disco group Miko, and Raquel Welch. Jay Leno, stuntman Dar Robinson. All right, that's cool. Faces of Communism documentary because of those darn communists. Oi. Bugs Bunny. Marie Curie, Part 3. At 8:30, Fat Albert cartoon. The Do's and the Don'ts of Halloween. Yeah, I love that. Halloween. 9. 1978, October. We were living in Temecula, California. No, we weren't. I don't know where the hell we were. We were in limbo. It's quite possible we had just checked into Temecula, California in the fall of 78, because we were there 79, 80. Okay, Charlie's Angels is on at 9. Desperate Women, great performances. Marriage on the Rocks, a movie from 1965. The TV show Vegas at 10. At 11:30, Johnny Carson. David Brenner is the guest host. Ron Howard, 1978. So he's just starting directing, right, at this point. Ron Howard. Because he would have just directed, I think 1977 was Grand Theft Auto. So he's still doing Happy Days, but he's getting into directing now. Yeah. Yeah, and then tomorrow, Tom Snyder, John Leboutier, the Harvard graduate and author, Harvard Hates America. There you go. And that takes care of the little time jump there. Leonard Nimoy, I used to love In Search Of. There's a bunch of episodes of In Search Of on my channel and on YouTube. I uploaded a bunch, but it was like, you know what, eventually somebody's going to come along and copyright hit me, and then they're going to be able to do like 6 episodes or something. So I started to pull back. I did some real people. No, I didn't do any real people. I did, That's Incredible. Real People is actually being used on Roku or somewhere, so I can't use that one, but I can use That's Incredible. So I've got like a half a dozen episodes of That's Incredible on my channel. So there's that. And In Search Of. Those are great. Those are great. I've got a bunch on my computer and a bunch of files here and there. They're great shows to watch. It came about like after that documentary. Eric von Daniken wrote that book, Chariots of the Gods, and then they did the documentary based pretty much on the book and his research, right? And it was In Search Of came along years later, but was very similar to that documentary in its format and layout and how it unfolds, you know. Leonard Nimoy. He was a great host. The eerie music. Yeah, that music. That was some great music. That was like X-Files type shit there, man. Right? And there were some great X-Files type shows back then. What was it? Operation Blue Book. Operation Blue Balls, where they ran around and investigated in the 1960s or 70s. They went around and investigated different UFO sightings and stuff. Operation Blue Book. About the majestic stuff and Operation UFO and all of that early. We're going to pretend like we don't know what we're investigating kind of shit just to make it look good. Even though most of the government understands that this shit is out there, it's being used. It's just hush, hush. Hush, hush. Hush, hush. Hush, hush, hush. I can't do that kind of shit or my dogs will freak out. I freak my dogs out. My dogs are barking. Totally. So once again, we're fiddling around with KMET this morning. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play another one of those B. Mitchell Reed commercials, which are pretty cool. So I'm going to do that. And let's see, I need to go back up to here, grab my nighttime nonsense and nostalgia stuff. And, oh, wrong one. Where do I need to do the radio commercials? There we go. And let me go down to B. And here's another B. Mitchell Reed commercial from 1970s. And I loved his commercials because he didn't really write anything down or plan anything out. He had a thought in his head, and then he just kind of went with it. And that's what I really like about B. Mitchell Reed, was he was really free-form himself. He really took it.
Back again, this is BMR on KMET, and I'm going to take care of some business right now. Very important business because that's the name of this little game. They're, without a doubt, the most renowned shop of their kind, and that is the Hip Bagel at 10955 Kinross Avenue in Westwood. Why is the Hip Bagel so renowned? Well, why was Cantor's before them renowned? Not because Mort Saw once did a routine the night that Cantor's closed and all kind of number like that. Well, the Hip Bagel has gotten into... The bagel used to be a throwaway item, you know. Well, let's have bagels and cream cheese, man. Bagels and lox, blah, blah, blah. But they took it a step further. And they said, no, a bagel is really a thing to be placed on a pedestal and admired and cherished. And therefore they come up with bacon, bagel burgers, bagel cheeseburgers, bagel ham and cheese. It's very, very unethnic, but so together and now. The Hip Bagel at 10955 Kinross Avenue, if you want to see a bagel that has been crowned king.
King of the bagels. Yeah, he's got a great voice. There's still a few of these guys left around. They're not on the radio anymore. Sometimes you see them on Facebook. Sometimes you see them in little places where they're kind of doing their thing. I would imagine you'd probably find one or two of them on XM or Sirius at some point in the present or the past. It's possible that some of them have worked on in the current arena of DJing, because it's changed. It has really changed. The face of media is really different. It is. I gotta stick these video time machine forms in there. I gotta fill them out. I gotta do a video time machine by tomorrow. So I have to do research. I have to go and dig into the last 15 days and see who's passed away. I know we lost a bassist we lost a Moody Blues member. We lost some other musicians. We lost Jane Goodall. So I'm going to be trying to find some elements it'd be great if I could find an interview with Jane Goodall when she was really young, because she was, man, she's always been an awesome chick, right? So, and then what I like to do is find stuff like Top of the Pops from England, and maybe dig up a music video of the Moody Blues, dig up a little of this, a little of that. If it was an actor or actress, then try to dig up a movie trailer, right? Or maybe an educational film or short that they had worked in before they got big, right? So, and then kind of stuff that we're talking about during the week, I'll try to maybe add some of that stuff to the video time machine. So I might use that KMET stuff again, since it was, gosh, that was a hell of a long time ago that I used that stuff. So let me see, here was it? That was episode 4, season 1. So I could reuse that KMET thing again, right? I could. Bear. If I could find it again. Right? So I'll have to go back and see if I can find out where the hell it was. Anywho. I'm just hitting the back button here. Eat My Dust, 1976. Nice, baby. Oh yeah, hear me now and forget about me later, because in some other period of time I would have been unable to correspond with you, because my hands would have been tied, I would have been busy, I would have been doing something other than what you wanted me to. Diane Keaton died. That's right, Diane Keaton too. That's why we're doing Reds. Yeah, so we've got a lot to squeeze into the video time machine this week, right? So let me see. I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm gonna grab my video time machine file with all of them. I'm gonna type into it KMET, and then see what happens. Now I use the wrong keyboard again. There we go. And it should give me, there it is, primetime video. That's it. That's the one. That's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. So I'll probably use that. I'm gonna go through a bunch of old video time machine files. And I think what I'll do is, at the end of the year, the video time machine that I do for the last one of the year, I will put together an extra long best of and put in all of my favorite elements from the last 2 seasons of the video time machine. So I'm not going to use it this week. I'm just going to do a regular show devoted to this week's happenings and the last 2 weeks of loss, I guess. There you go. You know, it bugs people that it doesn't bug me when older people who have lived a good life pass away. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I feel happy that those people have had that. Wow, they passed away. Wow, they had a great life. Wow, good for them. You know, everybody dies, right? It sucks, especially when it's untimely. But when you're old and you got it done, you did the shit. I mean, have a party, man. Celebrate that person, because they got it done. You know, point A to point Z with all of the shit in between. They did it. I feel bad when when we lose people really, really soon, that's a bummer, right? That's a real bummer. Especially really, really young people. That's got to be the worst, right? But at the same time, loss and death is just a part of point A to point Z. It's just all in between is going to be filled with a lot of loss. And that's just the way it is. And people get used to it. We don't want to. It's hard to get used to it. But it's what it is. It's reality. It's just a reality. I'm going to reboot my comments here just in case I'm missing something. Sometimes some comments won't really get booted properly. So now I know how I can just bebop through the files, and what I'll do is I'll create a best of file, and I'll just say, ooh, I like that one, and drop that over. Ooh, I like that one, drop it over. And all my favorite movie trailers, commercials, episodes of stuff. And it'll probably be like a 3 or 4 hour episode that I might put into 2 parts. Best of part 1, best of part 2. So it's not so huge and not so hard to save and upload. So if I do make it a 2-parter, it'll probably be uploaded simultaneously, so you can watch both. Watch one and then watch the other. They'll upload, and then it'll come to life on the channel as a premiere. I'm going to do the video time machines as premieres now, because I can alert people to their presence. And I seem to, since I've started doing that, I've gotten more views. So I still will not itemize my episode and put in the description what's in every episode. I will not do that. If you want to watch it and be surprised. If you don't want to watch it and be surprised, go watch something where somebody's going to tell you exactly what they're doing, and you can pick and choose the parts you want to watch. Push play and sit back and enjoy it, or watch something else, right? So, and that's like my show, you know. You either get it or you don't. And if you get it, you're probably just going to sit and go, this is weird. And if you don't get it, you're just going to sit there and go, this is too fucking weird. Okay? So, what do? Nothing. That's what you do. You do nothing. You just go, I don't get it. I don't get what this guy's doing here. What kind of show is this? It's a different kind of show. That's what kind of show it is. Don't ask me. I've been doing this for 4 seasons here, and I ain't got a clue yet. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's the captain's log. Stardate. I don't fucking know. It's just, it is what it is. It's just a show about nothing. And everything. Past, present, and future. Also, on Halloween night, not only will I be bringing you, not on Halloween night, on New Year's, or whenever the last Friday of the year is, that's when I'll be bringing you the special 2-part best of. This Halloween, however, I will be doing a live Halloween show in the evening. I was hoping to get to 250 subscribers, which is like 9 more. I was hoping to get to there before Halloween, because I had kind of promised myself that the next telethon I did would be a 250 viewer telethon, so that the next one would be a 500 viewer telethon, which probably will never happen. Although I think I do have my daughter talked into being an an apprentice and intern private personal assistant for me for 2 months over the summer, which means she'll be on a couple of hours a day hanging out with me and helping me do stuff on the computers, and basically taking my channel and my show to more social media platforms and expanding my reach and expanding the show's audience. So I'm going to be trying her out to do that, basically so she can get an idea if that's something that she wants to dabble in. And if she does, she says, it's not going to work on my resume. And I said, sure it will. I got a YouTube channel. It's like a little business, right? So if your first experience as personal assistant is making my channel grow, and you succeed, and you teach me how to continue that, you've done your job, right? And if you can do that for other old people like me who don't really understand that stuff, that's why they need a personal assistant. And not only can you be their personal assistant, but help them to learn how to navigate that world so that at some point they don't need you and you can move on, right? So I'm hoping that no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, that we can get together and do something like that this summer. And that'll be fun. That'll be fun. We can spend some time together. She can learn more about my channel. She can help me learn more about YouTube. She can do research for me and then help teach me things that I need to learn. And she can just try it out, right? And it'll just be an apprentice internship, so she won't be making any money. And because my channel is a non-profit channel, I don't do any money stuff here. And at the same time, she does not want to go back to school, but I am going to keep at her and keep nudging her in the direction of going back to college and take a step back and get a few classes to make one of those other degrees that she has, an Associate of Arts degree in art, and then go back to the university for a few classes and get a bachelor's degree in art. Right? How great would that be? So I'm trying to get her to see that there are some other choices out there, and it might be to try to continue with schooling and see how much more scholarshiping and financial aid she can get out of it, you know, because she's really good as a student. So, and she's also, she doesn't like to admit it, but she's really good with people. So she's got a lot of options. And the apprentice thing is just going to be it's going to be helpful to me, but it's also going to be a way that she and I can just spend time together, right? So that's cool. So I can't wait for the summer and that experience. Right about the time we're starting that is about when we're going to go see Rush. I think she said she's going to graduate in May. It totally sounds like a plan, right? Total plan. So that sounds fun. So I'm anxious to learn more, and I know that I can learn more because I just learned how to do all this new stuff on my channel here. So I'm going to integrate a bunch of this new live screen stuff with the video elements and audio elements that we were just doing, and just a whole bunch of other, you know, cool stuff. Halloween is going to be a great show. Let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to fade. I'm going to go here. I'm testing out my chops here because, well, of course, I got to get used to doing this stuff. So I have to check out my rig every once in a while and make sure everything is working out. Do I have a... Let's see, do I have any truck sounds that I can put in here yet? And let me see if I can grab some truck sounds. Oh, darn, wrong keyboard again. Truck. Engine. And see if that'll work. And then go to here. Go to there. Loop it and browse. And let me see. Oh, desktop. Is it? Yep, we're in the right one. Truck engine sounds 30 minutes. Let's try that. And let's see. Oh, that's right. I can't hear it. So I'm just going to let it play in the background. And oh crap, if I take it and I put it back here all the way back here, can you still hear it? Let me know if you can hear that engine in the background, what it sounds like. Every once in a while you'll hear a car pass by. I don't want to have it too loud because then it'll overpower my voice. So there you go. Wow, am I really that far behind? Oh, that's right. It popped up in front of everything, and then I had to drag it back behind my live picture. So there you go. So now I'm there. Totally. So when you hear that truck engines, let me know if it's too loud or if you can hear it at all, and I'll give it an adjustment. At some point I'm going to load up my YouTube monitor here so that I can actually be aware of what control panel, so I can be aware of what's going on, because at this point I can't hear my live output and my live input at the same time. So I'm listening to my input. This is what I'm putting into live. I can't listen to what's going out live at the same time. All I can do is monitor the volume levels. So if you will, give me a heads up and let me know if you can even hear the engines. And it's just a low rumble, a little shifting, some vehicles passing, but it shouldn't be too obtrusive. But if you can't hear it at all, let me know and I'll turn it up. I'm gonna heat up coffee. I gotta warm this up a little bit. I don't want to finish it cold, so I'll be right back. Oh. Let me see if I can find my be right back here. There we go. There's my alarm. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby. I swear I'm back. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do on Halloween. The whole show is gonna be this: me sitting in my truck doing a Halloween show. Dressed as a trucker, talking trucker lingo, listening to the Grateful Dead. I'll be listening to a lot of Grateful Dead. So there you go. Let me go ahead and turn off my lights. Click. And then do that. And then do the morning show. And then come back like that. Hey, I'm back. So this is me in the morning doing my morning thing. And I'm going to go back this way. I'm going to go back that way. And then, let's see. Oh, that's right. I'm going to come back up here. And I'm going to grab my commercials. Here we are, radio commercials. And I am going to do some news stuff about hippies and the Grateful Dead and that kind of shit, all right? So let's listen in and see what we got here. Let's do... here's a good one.
San Francisco police say that 9 persons have been arrested in a narcotics raid on the headquarters of the Grateful Dead, a widely popular singing group. 2 members of the group, Rod McKernan and Robert Weir, and their business manager, Danny Rifkin, have been booked on suspicion of possessing narcotics.
Oops. So that probably wasn't good. So there you are. That was a good one. Here's one that is not Grateful Dead.
That Grand Canyon hippie love-in is all washed up. For one thing, sponsors were afraid of what might happen when border guards in Arizona found the usual supply of dope that follows such a crowd, not to mention peyote plants. And besides, there's no food or water facilities within 80 miles of the proposed place.
Well, all, it was generally considered that it was an unwise undertaking at this time. And everyone was grateful that the thing has been called off.
Meanwhile, L.A. County supervisors are worried that such activities as Digger's Free Food Service at Ferndale will attract Frisco hippies. That would be, in the words of Supervisor Debs, outrageous.
Outrageous. Keep those damn hippies out of our city. Fucking hippies.
Dirty, stinking hippies. You know what we should listen to after stinking hippies?
We haven't changed to new band spray deodorant. We still got a groovy groove.
Oh, yeah, the Repulsives.
Cool it, baby.
New Band Spray stops odor. Band gets you through the longest day. It won't wear off as the day wears on. New Band Spray.
We dig! Band won't wear off as the day wears
on. Totally. Let's see. Let's grab some. Here we go. I didn't get candy.
They opened with the
no
acoustic
candy.
part. It went on for an hour. Music soothing to weary hearts and hard-driven minds because it understands that state of mind only too well. Then the New Riders came on with a rolling set of country rock that sounded like Carl Perkins working honky-tonks around Jackson, Tennessee. And then it was time for the Grateful Dead, and everyone was on their feet and moving. It was past 1:30, and Jerry Garcia was still going strong. Very fine indeed. That was Rolling Stone magazine, talking about the Grateful Dead show. And that's the way it will be when the Grateful Dead and the New Riders of the Purple Sage appear in concert at the Pasadena Civic, Friday night, September 25th. Tickets are now on sale at the Pasadena Civic box office, all mutual agencies, Wallack's Music City stores, all Liberty agencies, and Sound Spectrum.
And you know that notion just crossed my mind.
Friday, September 25th at the Pasadena Civic, the Grateful Dead. Very fine indeed.
Totally, eh? No, I haven't gotten my candy yet. We don't usually get trick-or-treaters. We don't have a lot of kids around here because most of the neighborhoods are mostly vacation rentals. So it's kind of a bummer. My daughter still goes out with her friends because one of her friends has a younger sister who still likes to go out and trick-or-treat. She's not real young. In fact, she's starting to go out with them to do stuff because she's getting a little older. She said she's not sure. She's going to dress up, go to her friends, do her party, and then if her friend's sister wants to go out and trick-or-treat, they're going to go into a neighborhood out here that pretty much is the neighborhood to trick-or-treat in. It's the desert, so there's not too many real big, like grid-like neighborhood communities with a lot of easy door-to-door and with people who will actually participate. And it's a neighborhood with fewer vacation rentals. So logistically it's kind of weird. Younger, we used to go into a big giant auditorium and they would have booths set up. They still do this. Booths set up all the way around, fun games and candy and music and stuff. And there were a bunch of places who did that. And then a bunch of the schools would do trunk or treat. Because out in the desert, there's just not neighborhoods where you can just walk up and down streets and be done, right? It's just not like that out here. Everything is, you got to walk, you drop your kids off, and they walk a few houses, and then you pick them up and you take them to the next place, and it sucks. So we do have a few kids in our mobile home park here. And I want to say that one of them is a toddler, and he's up and walking around now. And I think we might have to look at getting something toddler because they're friends of ours. We have some new tenants who just bought the mobile on the end, and they have a small child. And then we've got a couple of kids up over here who are kind of young, maybe even a little bit older toddlers. So I think what we'll do is maybe we'll put out some kind of decorations that says, ooh, trick or treat, and then that will draw in those few people, right? And then we'll let a couple of them know, hey, be sure to bring your kid by for some candy. And since we haven't had a chance to introduce ourselves to the new people on the end, it'll probably be a good time to do that just before Halloween. Say, hey, be sure to come by on Halloween night. So that actually live, I might actually get a trick-or-treater at my door while I'm in the truck. And that'll be even weirder. So, totally gay. Totally. That'll be fun. Candy, we're going to have to figure out what is a good toddler treat. It's probably going to be little baggies, the little individual packets of stuff like goldfish, right? And like little boxes of Cheerios, right? Because the kids love Cheerios. So I think if we do treats in individual packets that kids would normally be eating at that age, I think we'll do that. And then also have some nice chocolates and stuff in case their parents allow that. And then, of course, stuff for mom and dad, too. That'll be fun. Totally fun, man. Yeah, I'm just going to scrape a little of this stuff off of my glass screen here. So I'm going to be a trucker on Halloween. And I'll probably be using a pipe. I'll be using a pipe that evening, as well as rolling some joints so I can look like I'm smoking a cigarette. I honestly wish I could smoke it like an actor. I wish I could smoke a couple of cigarettes that night, because it's just an act, I'm just doing a thing. I'm just doing a thing here, so I don't really smoke, Oh, I love smoking these cigarettes. I smelled a cigarette the other day. I don't remember where I was. It's a gas station or something. I got out of the car and took a deep breath and smelled a cigarette, took a big deep whiff of tobacco, and it excited me, and it made me feel like, oh, I want a cigarette. But at the same time, I was pissed off because I had to smell somebody's cigarette. It was totally mixed emotions there, because I really wanted a cigarette. But it was like, oh, my air was invaded by the big whiff of fucking smoke, you know. And when I'm smoking pot out in public, I don't, like, do it right in a crowd or where there's anybody nearby. If I'm like outside at a bar or something, or in a club or something, if everybody else is smoking cigarettes, that's fine, you know, and they're around and they're in a smoking area, and I'll light up, you know, and take a couple of hits. So, you know, it's their smoke, my smoke, it doesn't matter, you know. But if there's like non-smokers around, I'll get up and I'll walk way over there and do it so that I don't offend anyone, you know, because it's the polite thing to do. That's it. That's all. You know, nothing fancy. You know, it doesn't take a lot to be courteous. Sometimes you wish more people would be just courteous about little things. It's the little things that can piss you off sometimes. You know, somebody shoving past you in the grocery store. Excuse me, sorry. And they don't even say excuse me. They just say sorry. Right? Oh, that's what really gets me. What? You can't just say excuse me. Or even better, stop, wait for me to continue walking by, and then reach for what you don't. Don't pass me, get in front of me, stop my forward momentum so that you can reach across in front of me and grab something, and then out the side of your face while you're on your phone, sorry. No, you're not. You're not sorry. You're an asshole. Sorry, wait, you couldn't wait? You had to stop me to get in front of me. You couldn't wait, huh? Yeah, I love to fuck with people who do that kind of shit. Discourteousness. It's just horrible. You know? Be nice, people. Where'd you fucking learn your manners? In the fucking zoo? You know? Fucking raised by coyotes or something? Get off your phone and think about the rest of the world. That's it. Be courteous. Crap. It's almost time to hit the road. I guess I got another bong hit and some little coffee left. Let's see. What do we got here? Just some more stuff. A whole bunch of more commercials and whatnot. Is that truck still rumbling in the background? Can we hear that? Do we still hear that? No? I don't know. I can't tell. Oh no, that was the truck. That was the other screen. Okay. Sorry. I get a little bit lost in my live stuff here. I was just telling my friend the other day, I'm just so glad that I haven't done any real hardcore faux pas, you know. What the hell's on this? What's on the head of my penis here? My God, it's just, oh shit. Yeah. My God, this itches. So, I guess I'm pretty lucky. Here's a good one.
Every year, an outstanding amount of people lose their teeth, all because of smoking crack. If you want to keep your teeth strong and shiny, there's only one simple thing to do. Don't smoke crack. Smoking crack is bad. So the next time you find yourself with a crack pipe in hand, remember, if you love your teeth, please don't smoke crack.
That one's for you, WW. Don't smoke crack, you damn stupid crackhead. Damn stupid crackhead! Hey, I'm just a damn stupid crackhead. I pitied a fool. That one's for you, dude. I'm going to do this bong hit here. While we have a moment of silence for teeth that have been lost to damn stupid crackheads. Yeah, this live screen doesn't have the truck. That was only on the truck screen. There you go. Well, crap. I guess it's just about time that I start thinking about wrapping it up this morning, because I gotta eat, I gotta take a nap, I gotta go down to the desert, I gotta come back, I gotta do research for the time machine, I gotta set the time dials. Next season, the video time machine, I may go live for some episodes, which will be really weird, to bring different elements together on the screen at the same time. And do like the cockpit of a time machine here. That'd be great. To do some weird, bizarre, interactive type shit live. You know? That'd be heavy. While we're watching one thing live, I can be taking a comment from somebody and researching it real quick and bringing an element and poking it in and going boom, right? Here, now, you give me a time and an idea, and I take it and we actually travel there. That would be great. The only trouble is that sometimes live, we can get into trouble with copyrighted stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that that crack commercial, that PSA there. I've got a shitload of stuff here that I'd love to share further with you, and I promise I will. I think Old Time Radio Wednesday is going to be a lot more of our old time radio, the 70s and 80s and stuff like that. I won't get into the 90s. It's just where I draw the line. I draw the line at 89. So there you go. We're a little bit over this morning, but I'm going to head on out of here anyway. I've got to get some shit done and get some rest. And actually, I had some great sleep last night. I really did. I got to sleep early. And I only got up like several times. So I actually got about 5 or 6 hours sleep, which is better than my usual 3 or 4. So that was okay. Finally this morning, I was lying in bed waiting for the alarm to snooze again, and I swore I heard coyotes outside yelping, and I didn't want to get up and investigate because my dogs weren't moving, and I know as soon as they hear that shit, they freak out and they want to run outside, and then I have to try to beat them to the door and close it so they can't go out, or try to get them back in after they're out there screaming. And I don't like the coyotes to know where we're at, right? Coyotes are weird. They could get into our yard. I've got a 5.5 foot high wall all the way around my backyard. But they could jump on my wife's car, jump over the fence, get onto our porch, go down the stairs, wait for a dog to come out of our little dog door and grab them and take off, right? So I don't want the coyotes to know that we're here. Of course, if they jump on my wife's car, which is the only way they can get over without just jumping straight over, and I'm sure that coyotes can do that. And I'm sure they could pick up one of our dogs and jump back over. So I don't want that. I don't want that. So when I hear the coyotes out there, I get a little worried. And I don't know if I heard them this morning. It might have been something out in the air conditioner that was, or the air conditioner wasn't on. It might have been one of the weird noises in my sound machine. Do I have a coyote problem? Yes and no. It's not a problem because it's their land, right? So I don't consider them a problem. It's unfortunate when we lose a domestic animal to a coyote. Do I call it the coyote's fault? No, I call it the owner of the domestic animal. It's their fault. It's not the coyote's fault. The coyote did nothing wrong. So we don't have a coyote problem. We have a lot of coyotes. They roam around this area all over, and people pretty much leave them be. There's a lot of old-timers that live out in the desert who shoot coyotes. There's a coyote, and they'll shoot it, and then string its pelt up on their fence, right? And people don't harass them about it. I probably would. As far as I'm concerned, it's their land. It's their country. We're the ones that are pushing them out. If they happen to get one of our domestic animals, and I've lost animals to coyotes, it's a fucking bummer, but it's not their fault. They're doing what they do, right? The other day, one of our friend's dogs, this big, fat, sassy, old pit bull, I mean, just a big, all muscle, right, and fat. And she's out there sniffing around, taking a piss and doing stuff. And I look out there and I see that, oh, look, there's Boots. And then I look 15 feet away, and there's a coyote walking around, kind of meandering, bang, and then walks up to her, and gets real close to her and sniffs her. And she turns around, just nonchalant, really casual, turns around, looks at him, snaps at him, and takes a couple of lunges, steps towards him, just kind of dum-da-doo, and just like, get the fuck out of here, and snapped at him. And so he walked over to a mattress or something that somebody had thrown out, and the coyote just started pulling on it and ripping it into shreds, right? And pissing on the bush and ripping this mattress up, and walked over to Boots again and sniffed her, and she gave him a little rah, and galloped like 2 steps and chased him off, and he went across the field and across the highway and disappeared. They're always passing through. There's a lot of open territory between neighborhoods and houses and stuff. So you'll look outside and there'll be a coyote right there. Literally right there. But it happens with everything. Roadrunners. You always see a roadrunner right there. Big, giant, 1.5 foot long white lizards that are as big around as your wrist, right? Just big fucking fat wild life, you know. So if I had a problem with coyotes, I'd have to have a problem with all of it. I got more of a problem with disrespectful people who disrespect the wild. That's the problem I have. Yeah. Fucking people. Be nice. I better break out some more and do another hit before it's time to go. And then whatever's left, I'll just pack into my little bat box for the day. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. I know that I'm going down to the desert with my daughter. I don't know what's going on after that. Oh, wait. Maybe my daughter's got an appointment to do her hair. I think she's letting her... It just keeps going weird colors on her. It's supposed to be kind of a red-orange. And it keeps going to blonde no matter what she does. And then goes to a weird off color because her roots are dark. Like dark brown. Like mom's. So she's going to get her roots done so that the red color that she does goes all the way to her skull. And it'll just make it look easier. Make it look a nice, better transition. I'm real happy with my wife's choice. My daughter and I finally talked my wife into just letting our hair go rather than dyeing it and getting away from the gray. Because she would fuss over it. Oh, I gotta dye my hair. It's getting gray. And we're both like, just let it go gray. I mean, you look great with gray hair. So she finally went down to a stylist where my daughter goes and had it lightened down from where it was already, because she had let it go gray. We're like, just let it go, let it go, let it go. And she had let it go gray. So it was her roots and everything were really gray. So we said, okay, now go. And she went and the lady lightened it. Really, really lightened it to blend it in all the way down to where it was still dark, right? So it's really looking awesome now. It's got kind of a blonde, platinum, silver, gray thing going on, and it just looks beautiful. And she had it shortened too, because she had really long hair. So she had it shortened and did that to it to get rid of a lot of the dark. And it's looking awesome. And every day it looks like better and better because it's the more and more gray is coming through. And there's nothing really she can do to wash out any of the old color. It's just have to let it grow out. And then get it blended and lightened here and there every once in a while. And it's just looking awesome. I wish I still had hair so I could do cool stuff too. I guess the most I could do would be to like dye it a little bit. And do some weird colors. I got some purple, and I was going to dye my hair purple, but the purple didn't take because of the color of my hair. So I would have to like bleach it out a little bit, which just means use like that sun-in stuff that we used to put in. We used to spray it in our hair, comb it into our hair, and then lay out in the sun, and it would kind of do a gradual kind of fade, kind of a bleach, California beach fade, right? Surfer look. So I was thinking about doing a little bit of peroxide, right? Good peroxide blonde, just to strip the color out of my hair. And just spray a little in, comb it out, and then wash it. And just do that every once in a while. And see if I can get my hair to start going lighter. And then see if I can go from there to add some color to it. Because I would want to do something different than my daughter. I'd probably want to go purple in honor of a friend's mother who loved purple and dyed her hair purple. So I'd probably do something like that. Purple. Purple's a good color. I like lavender, dark purple, plaid. I could do a plaid, and then I'd be wearing 3 fucking... Yeah, that'd be great. How do you do plaid? Very carefully. Okay. I'm going to cut it off and go see if I need to wake my wife. Because it's quite possible that she's going to need to do something this morning before we leave. So I'm going to do that. Can I go there? No, I'm going to go there and go back. 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 Alright. There we go. There you are. Okay. Alright, people, I'm going to get out of here. I got to get going. Thanks for joining me today, WW. It's been great having some conversation. You're one of my favorite irregulars. Well, basically because you show up a lot, and that's great. Yeah. I don't worry too much about. I'd love to talk to Joey more, but I don't worry too much about him because I know what he's doing. I know what everything that's going on. So. I just kind of hang back and wait for him to show up. And then, of course, he gets to come visit. So I don't want him to get burned out on me. So there you go. Okay, I am going to go ahead and boot up my end credits and give you the usual spiel. All right, see you tomorrow, dude. Take care of yourselves. All right, you people, you know what to do. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Take care of each other. Do something for yourselves, right? But, you know, do something for somebody else too. Why? Because we can. Makes us feel good. Makes us good people. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed that, dude. I will be back tomorrow. Oh, I gotta do that, and then I gotta do this. Love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Spread peace and love. Most especially stay weird. If you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. You gotta do it yourself. You gotta put in the effort. All right? Yeah. Tomorrow, Throwback Thursday. I don't know what we're gonna do, but it'll be fun. It'll be a gas, baby. Take care. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Have a great night. And, oh yeah, not bullshit. Adios.